Hey guys, JawsTheSharkReviews here, and today we're me taking a look at the LEGO Icons Bumblebee. So here he is in his car mode, specifically a non-licensed Volkswagen Beetle, and here he is right here, and so this is the second LEGO Transformer set that we've gotten. This guy came out, I believe, last summer. I know it was around this time last year. So I'm a bit late to this one as well, like with Prime, but just not nearly as late, because because Prime came out like 3 years ago, whereas Bumblebee here only came out a year ago, so it's not all too bad. But anyways, before we take a look at the set, I guess, let's take a look at this little ID sort of thing. And yeah, so this guy's name, we got the faction logo for the Autobots. His function as a scout, gives a little quote from him. I think it might be from G1. I can't recall. And there's his tech specs right there. So yeah, that's pretty cool. And I'm sure some of you guys noticed this on the back, maybe. There's like a spare part. It's inside the window there, if you can see right there, on the windshield of the car. But it came with the spare part of it, so I just slapped it right in the back. So yeah, so it won't get loose or anything. So yeah. But anyways, let's focus on Bumblebee himself. So yeah, here he is, and I think he looks really nice here. Again, he's a non-licensed Volkswagen Beetle, because I'm pretty sure, I'm trying to remember if it was on the box it was licensed. I can't remember. It could be licensed. It kind of looks a bit not. It definitely resembles one, but it doesn't perfectly match. Part of it is because it's a Lego set that transforms into a giant robot, so it's kind of hard to perfectly match. But yeah, it could be though licensed. I just don't remember. It's been a while since I've had that packaging, which, yeah, again, like with Prime, I won't be showing the box because I don't have it anymore. But pretty cool little things around here, especially on the back, with the bumper especially. You got some bumper stickers. You got I Love Cybertron rollout, and you got his license plate right here, which is probably my favorite part because there's some Easter eggs. So as you can see right here, it says Bumble, or BMBL for like Bumble, Bumble, like Bumblebee, 84, because that's when, and that was the year the Transformers franchise began, 1984, Autobot. And probably the coolest part is the license sticker or whatever. If you're a car owner like me, you gotta have, like, every so often you gotta replace your car sticker. So as you can see right here for Bumblebee, they chose September 17th 84, which was the premiere date of the original G1 cartoon. And that's nice, but it's probably not nice to be driving around with that on there, because let's just say the cops are going to be really confused when they pull you over for that. But yeah, here's the bottom, and there's a little gap right in there. You could see some of his head. So, but yeah, still pretty nice. And I guess the door is technically open, but not really. Sort of, yeah. Doesn't really lead into anything, so you can't put any minifigures inside. It was the same thing with Prime, but oh well. And just like with Prime, he's got rubber tires, so that's pretty cool. I know that's the norm for Lego, but still, it's good to see. And I don't think I showed off the front enough, so we'll show it off now. Ooh, it's supposed to be more down. There we go. And yeah, you can see that little Bumblebee inside there. Not Bumblebee as in this guy, but as an actual insect. Looks pretty cute. And yeah, so some I want to go show off. Like, there's actually some other like little pieces they can interchange out in this mode and even roll-up mode, but especially in this one. So I want to start off by showing off this. So this is obviously an Autobot logo. It's not too significant, but there's something cool you could do. So it's really hard and it's pretty time consuming, but you can actually take this off and then replace it with a blank yellow square if you want to, so you can basically really hide the fact that that's an Autobot. Or you can swap these or whatever, or you could have it here too and just have this be a yellow square or yellow tile, and then have this be the Autobot, or this be the Autobot spot right there, the Autobot logo spot. So that's pretty cool. I think they prefer having, like, if you want this symbol, they prefer you having it on the hood rather than the roof of the car. But yeah, it's very time consuming, so I just left it up there. Excuse me, left it up there. My voice just randomly gave out at the last second, but yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much it for that. And I really like what they did with the rear view mirrors right here. Pretty cool. So yeah. Oh, and one more thing I almost forgot to show off. This license plate is actually interchangeable. This I'll show off because it's pretty dang easy. So it comes with another one right here. It says Goldbug or GLD Bug Autobot. And for those who don't know, this is obviously kind of a shorn version of, or shorn. It's just a short little thing on here for Goldbug, which was the identity he took on, like, literally in the last few episodes of the G1 cartoon. And everything else is the same, though, but that's still pretty cool. I do prefer this one, though, because it's a little more casual. You know, you got the numbers in there. So yeah, now for the alt mode size comparisons. Here he is with his SS86 counterpart. See that right there. And last but not least, here he is with Optimus Prime. So I'd say it kind of scales decently. Not perfectly, but enough, I suppose. So, yeah, let me just carefully get these out. Again, these have rubber tires, so they pull my set all around. And just so you can see how he looks with a minifigure, here's the little Emmett. It scales a little nicer than Prime, but it's still a little too big to be some minifigures car, so yeah. But that's alright though. I mean, I prefer like a Lego Transformer that can transform than just some little Bumblebee model or whatever that can fit some minifigure in there. I just don't care for that as much, you know? But yeah, so anyways, now for the transformation. So yippee, I get to do one of these again, because I always hate, like, like, the part I always hate the most, like, with reviews is trying to transform these guys on camera, because, like, everything seems to go wrong. But it's, like, 10 times the anxiety for these, like, Lego Transformers, because, like, you know for a fact, at least, like, some of the parts are gonna come apart, and it's gonna be a whole mess. So, alright, I did with Prime. Hardly any problems, so let's do it here with Bumblebee, and let's pray to God nothing bad happens. But anyways, starting off, you just want to remove the windshield. Yeah, boo-hoo, parts forming. They had to cut corners somewhere. But everything else should stay on, you know. If something pops off, then that's not on purpose. That just shouldn't be happening, but yeah. But anyways, so starting off, you just want to bring out this door piece right here, and it popped off. See, look at that. We just started off and something already popped off. Great. Trying to contain my anger right here, but let's see, put that back on. Okay. So now you could, just put that right out and do the same thing on this side. Alright, there we go. We got that done. Then just bring up these pieces right here, like so. And then after that, you just want to bring these forward. And just kind of leave those there. And then after that, just bring up the waist piece. Maybe. Or I think I have to lift this up a little more. See, I'm afraid to do something because I know something's going to pop off. But anyways, then yeah, after that, you just want to move out the arms. And there's that. So then, I think you can bring down the legs, and then it's pretty cool what they did right here, where they have like a little hinge thing right here, and I apologize for the lighting, it's a little off, but you got, you know, a hinge here, and then you got a hinge there, so you can move this forward. Let me just bring this up, but yeah, you can move this forwards, and then bring the legs down, and slowly, carefully bring this more forward. You want to make sure it gets fairly close to the waist, and I think that does it. Just make sure. Yeah, it should be alright. Alright, so let me bring the legs back down. Okay, so then after that, you just want to split the legs apart. And then the next, you just want to, okay, there we go. Yeah, now I figured it out. Then you just want to do this right here, and you want to do the same thing on this side. So there you go. So now you got some clearance going on right here. So this should be the easiest part of the transformation. And then after that, just bring these back, flip these down, and then bring in the little doors right there and collapse them right to the what basically should be the heels of the feet, but there's not really any proper heels. Okay, so the legs are done, I believe. Yeah, the legs are done. This is just still kind of a little bit wobbly, so I'm just making sure it all stays. Okay, so then move up my camera, not as much as with Optimus, but still. Okay, so yeah, then what you want to do is you just want to flip up these sections right here and then rotate around the wrists. Then after that, you just want to bring down each of the fingers and then move out the thumb there, and repeat the process on this side. Okay, so then yeah, you just want to move the arms down up to about here, as that's about as low as it goes. And finally, you just want to move back this, that will reveal the head, and then just move this behind the back, and it'll just sit there like that. And once you're done going through hell, there you guys have Bumblebee in his robot mode. And I honestly, I don't think he looks horrible, but I just don't, I mean, he's definitely not as good looking as Prime. Oh, actually, wait, I forgot something. Those down, there we go. Now you're done. But yeah, no, as I was saying, I mean, he looks okay. He looks alright. But again, I just don't think he works as well robot mode wise as Optimus. Like alt mode, I'd say is pretty consistent, but robot mode, it looks a little off, just a little. Nothing. I mean, nothing too much, but still, you could tell it's got its flaws, which is understandable because he's a smaller character, so they can't really use as many bricks, and even if they want to, you know, people want him to scale well with Optimus, so I could see why, you know, they would have to go that route. So even though this doesn't look great, I'm still glad he's this small, so I guess indirectly that means I'm glad he looks like this. I wouldn't say that, but he looks fine enough though. But yeah, so anyways, let's take a look here at the head sculpt. Well, I guess we're not focusing, it's not really the head sculpt as much as just the head, because the head wasn't really sculpted, it was just different sculpted pieces, and then I just put it all together. But, here, I'll just kind of make it a little easier for you guys to see. I don't want to angle it, so, you know, I'll just zoom in here from a distance. Yeah, how's that? Okay, so yeah, there's the head, and I think that's one of the best looking parts at least. There's the back, and yeah, see, I got the Autobot logo on his chest. Again, you know, you could flip that around if you wanted to, and yeah, his arms are probably the thing that is probably the reason why I'm not too thrilled about how he looks, because it's just a little, oops, sorry about that, they look a little too stumpy. I mean, again, they had to make this a transformable Bumblebee, you know, they couldn't just, they couldn't just have this be like Creo or something, where you have to destroy it in order to transform. Like, you could even transform those anyways, but, you know, but still, it's just a little too small, you know. But yeah, I do like that there's, I forgot if those are sticker. No, I think those are just printed. But still, I like that the thighs have some sort of detail, you know. And then there's the feet. And yeah, here's the side, and here is the back. You know, he's got a little bit of chunk back there, but not too shabby. Oh, and by the way, I forgot to show off, you can actually add even more junk to the back with his windshield right here. So, luckily, even though he parts forms, you can still give him, you know, his little windshield. So what you gotta do is you just gotta fold it right here, and then you just want to attach it like this. So there's these, you know, two little ports right there, and you just want to attach it like that. Should look something like this from the back. So it's kind of, you know, I mean, it's not really, even though it's supposed to be like G1 Bumblebee, it's still, there's still sort of an homage to like the movie Bumblebee, you know, where he's got door wings in the back, or kind of most other incarnations of Bumblebee that, you know, aren't really G1. But yeah, there's that. Anyways, now for articulation, head's on the ball joint. I almost forgot about articulation, so luckily I remembered. So head's on the ball joint, you can move it side to side, wiggle it around. You can look down that far, up that far. Arms are, or shoulders are on ratchets, so you can get full movement. It's just a little bit hindered by these gray pieces right here. Shoulders can move outwards this much. And the elbows are also ratcheted, so it's like Prime, you know, all these ratchet joints, which works, because, you know, again, things could get pretty loose otherwise. And he does have a wrist swivel. Each of the fingers do move. He does not have a waist swivel. But, I mean, yeah, no, not really, nothing. But his legs do move, you know, they can kick backwards. And they should be able to kick forwards, however this crotch piece is in the way, so you can't really get to move forward, which is kind of another issue I have with the guy, because I mean, or with the set, because it's, yeah, because at least Prime you could, you know, get his feet forward. On this guy it's really impossible to do. Just like with Prime, there's no knees, but this time I can understand it, because it's just a bunch of slabs put together, so it's kind of, it's alright. Prime, though, there was no excuse. Well, maybe there was, I'm not sure, though. I don't want to be too judgeful of these, the LEGO designers, because I know they have to go through hell and back trying to design these. But yeah, he does have an ankle ratchet right there, so that's pretty cool. Oh, and look, this popped off. Even when you're not transforming, something has to go wrong. But yeah. And that's about it. So yeah, definitely like Prime, limited in articulation, but well, you know, he's still got something. They still managed to give him some kind of posability, so I'd give them credit for that at the very least. But yeah, then after that, let's see. So yeah, now for the accessories. I mean, we saw some of the little pieces he came with before, but we can show off his little pistol right here, which ain't little, it's kind of big. And it refuses to focus. Let me try to cover Bumblebee more, so hopefully now pay attention. There you go. So it's mostly blue. It's got like a black cannon and a black hilt. But yeah, I think it looks really cool. I like the sort of angular design they gave it. So if you're wondering, okay, how is he going to be able to hold this considering how his hands are? Well, he does have, as you may have noticed before, there's a little clip here, and there's like a post right there. So what you could do is you could just clip that right in there. If that'll go in, it will go in. It just I'm just having issues here as usual, you know. Y'all just watch me behind your screens, just suffering right here. Trying to get this to work. There you go. And then, you know, for some realism, you just gotta close up the fingers. And there you go. So there you guys have Bumblebee with his gun. And yeah, so now he's loaded. You know, he can shoot down that new sound wave that's coming out from Lego. So I think that's pretty cool. And yeah. So, yeah, that's pretty much it for that. So anyways, now for the robot mode size comparisons. Here he is with the Studio Series 86 Bumblebee, which, if memory serves right, I believe these guys came out just about the same time, which is kind of funny. So yeah, you can see a huge difference in scale right there. But let's see, here he is with little Lego Emmett, just so you can see how it scales with your average Lego minifigure. And like, yeah, this is like with Prime, and with honestly both of these guys in their alt modes and robot modes. I mean, these guys are way too big to properly scale with humans, because like even in like the Michael Bay movies, where like they're at like the biggest they probably ever were, like in general, they still weren't like this, I don't think. Especially maybe Prime was to like Sam or something, but not Bumblebee, you know. So this is obviously not a good scale, but I mean, for what it's worth, it's still something. And last but not least, here he is with his good old boss, Optimus Prime. So yeah. And of course, in my opinion of the two, Optimus is by far the superior set. Don't get me wrong, I do enjoy Bumblebee, but I think Optimus is much nicer looking in both. Like, I mean, Bumblebee looks really nice in alt mode, but in robot mode, but with Prime, I'd say he's pretty consistent. And I like his transformation is so much better, like, than with Bumblebee. Bumblebee, like, I really fear that something's gonna break off and then everything's going to collapse. With Prime, things are more solid, and you know, I get there's probably more of a budget for him, you know, with him being a bigger set, but you know, he's still my favorite. Now when Soundwave comes out, definitely Bumblebee's not going to be better than him. I could probably almost guarantee you that. Even Prime may have a challenge with that, because I'm really loving the way the Soundwave looks. That could always change. I could always get in like, man, this thing sucks, but we'll see. They'll have to really disappoint me to disagree. But yeah, so there you guys have the robot mode size comparisons. So there you guys have my review for the Lego Icons Bumblebee. And honestly, in my opinion, he's not a great set. I mean, the robot mode, I'm sorry, the car mode is great. I'd say it's really nice, streamlined. I think it looks fantastic, and I like all the little different options you can have for like changing out some of the tiles. You know, for the Autobot insignia. You know, you could have it, or you could just have it blank sometimes. I think that's pretty cool. You get the option, and I like that you get two like interchangeable license plates. And I like the little Easter eggs that they include on them. I think that's pretty cool. And you know, and I really like his like little pistol. I think that they designed that pretty good. It looks designed pretty similar to like the one I see here in the '86 one. So it's, of course, that means it's based off of the G1 cartoons. I mean, it's yeah, I think that looks nice. I like how they engineer that with the little clip. That's cool. Transformation though, oh my god, I almost hate it, because like with Optimus, I mean, yeah, there's times where I'm like, I don't know about this, but overall it's much easier. I don't feel as afraid to transform with this guy though. I don't really know. It's because I mean, you got to move things around, you got to make sure things stay together, and then like, as you may have seen, or like if you could try at least tell from when I finished transforming him, you could tell I was quite not sure about myself. I'm like, is this done? Is this properly situated and everything? Is this not like, yeah, yeah, it's bad. I really hate the transformation, but the robot mode is okay. You know, like Prime, I'd say it looked great, you know, like for being like the first ever official Lego Transformer, I thought he looked incredible. Bumblebee, on the other hand, I don't know. I mean, the arms are just a bit too high up, especially if you've seen like G1 Bumblebee. I can understand why. I mean, he's got like big shoulders with wheels, you know, he didn't have them in the cartoon, but for the sake of the Lego set, it kind of makes sense. But, you know, I can kind of get past that, but the overall design is just a little weird. I mean, you know, he has like this muscular, like, torso kind of look, even though he didn't have that in the cartoon. And everything else, like the legs look funny and stuff, and then like they look pretty slim, and then the feet are gigantic, which, I mean, I guess that was a thing in the cartoon, so I'll give maybe that a pass, but still looks a little bit awkward. And you know, the back kibble isn't really, you know, pleasing to look at, because with Prime, I mean, he didn't really have any back, it doesn't really have any back kibble, just like the thing that his head is on kind of sticks out a little, but it's not too bad. This guy looks atrocious. Do I hate the set? Oh no, definitely not. I think it's still a nice build, and you know, it's nice to look at, especially in alt mode. Alt mode definitely looks great. But overall, I'd say this set's just okay, you know. If you love Bumblebee, you wanted an official Lego Bumblebee set, then yeah, I'd say go out and get it. It's only like, I forgot how much it was, like $90 or something. It's like about half the price of Prime. So I mean, it's good. I mean, it's fine. You know, it's still, I'd say, if you still have a desire to get it, I'd go ahead. I mean, I'm not stopping you, but I'm just warning you, he's pretty flawed. At least in my eyes. Maybe in your eyes, you know, you just don't care at all. And honestly, I mean, even I don't really care that much, because I'm just glad we're getting actual Lego Transformers. Like, no matter like how bad. Okay, if they're really bad, then that's when I'm like, ugh. But I mean, if this Bumblebee is like the worst we're gonna get from Lego in terms of like Transformer sets, I think we're in for a ride, because Optimus is great. That Soundwave looks fantastic. Again, things could change. I don't know them yet, but I mean, considering those two are fantastic, and then this one's just okay, I really can't wait to see what else Lego has in store for their Transformer sets. So, but yeah, again, as for this guy, he's okay. He's just okay. But yeah, that should do it for this review. So anyways, guys, make sure you guys like, subscribe, comment, share for more, and comment down below what you guys think of this set. So anyways, guys, as always, till all are one.